like they never left. And they'll be back Monday night on Channel 4.
The old Dutch snack in the windmill pack. The taste just keeps you coming back. Crunch a snack made the old Dutch way. Find the flavor that you crave today. Try them all and you're sure to say it's the old Dutch snack in the windmill pack. The taste just keeps you coming back to the old Dutch snack in the windmill pack.
You are watching WCCO Television, Minneapolis, St. Paul. All today's news with Mike Walcher, Debbie Ely. Dr. Walt Lyons has weather. Tom Hanneman has sports. And now, this is the 10 p.m. report.
Minnesota Vikings fans treated to a dramatic comeback this afternoon, are tonight celebrating a victory over the Los Angeles Rams. That makes our Vikes one of only 2 undefeated teams in the NFL. But there's a good chance we may not see this sort of thing next weekend because of the impending football strike. Good evening, everyone. The Vikings are off to a good start, but the season may be interrupted.
That's right. We're now a little more than 24 hours away from a strike deadline set by NFL players seeking better pensions and free agency rules. Tom Hanneman is in the Sports Center with the very latest on this labor standoff. Tom?
Well, Mike, there is no reason for any optimism tonight, hoping that a players' strike might be averted, if for no other reason the fact that the representatives for the players and owners have no talk scheduled before the strike deadline. The player walkout is scheduled to begin immediately after tomorrow night's Patriots-Jets game in New Jersey. Gene Upshaw, the head of the Players Association, remained optimistic about it today.
I have no plans to meet with Jack at this point in time, but we're only a phone call away. We're only an hour away from New York, and I'm sure in the next day we will be getting together, because I would like nothing better tomorrow night at the Monday night game to get up and announce we have the workings of working out a deal and there's no need to strike.
That is the bad news tonight. The good news locally, of course, the Vikings win over the Rams. We'll have more on that, as well as the Twins' victory 3-2 over the Cleveland Indians at the Metrodome this afternoon.
All right, thank you, Tom. Maybe they'll find some way to settle this thing.
Hope so.
Thank you. Governor Rudy Perpich has held Minnesota's highest office longer than any governor in the state's history.
But tonight there are indications of political trouble for the governor, trouble that has been showing up in recent weeks.
It was a week and a half ago that we were the first to tell you about the hidden influence, or somewhat hidden influence, that the governor's recluse son, Rudy Jr., has on the administration. And there was the controversial decision by the governor not to attend the gala opening of the World Trade Center, a project that he advocated for some years. From the beginning, Rudy Perpich has been a bit unorthodox, but has he changed over the years? Tonight, we present 2 reports on the road that Rudy Perpich has traveled and where it may lead.
I love the job. You know, I'm just like I guess like a teenager in love.
And like any teenager in love, the new governor tried everything to make the relationship work. This was the governor who slipped off to meet with power line protesters without telling his staff. The same governor who wanted to make Minnesota the bocce ball capital of America, who chased down speeders and unplugged coffee pots at the Capitol to save energy. A breath of fresh air for some, a flake to others.
I think if he doesn't begin performing, if he doesn't have a few programs that he's able to put through in this legislative session, I think that the people of Minnesota are going to be able to see that he really is not a governor that's performing and leading in the state.
Nothing raised more eyebrows 10 years ago than the governor's decision to have an open administration. That meant that that door was always open to reporters and few, if any, meetings were closed. At one point, the governor even allowed a reporter to go through his desk. He didn't find any secrets. The governor didn't seem to have any. And the governor would let anybody bend his ear who had a suggestion or a complaint. Perpich expected a payoff in 1978, but instead of being elected governor, he was swept away with the rest of the DFL. In 1982, when Perpich burst back on the political scene, he was more unpredictable than ever, bypassing the DFL convention and going straight to the voters for a primary which unseated his old friend Warren Spanis. He came back more sophisticated, an alumnus of 4 years in international trade for controlled data. But that just led to a new vision for Minnesota and new surprises. Now, if reporters wanted to see the governor, they could hang around his locked office or go to airports. In search of trade, the governor was off and running to Japan, Finland, Russia, and in 1985 to Austria, a trip his staff didn't know anything about. And word got back that he'd been looking at castles.
Certainly the search for a castle in Austria should have little priority when it comes to facing the major problems that we have here in the state. It is, again, the old Rudy, the strange behavior.
I know that people are going to have a field day with that.
People did have a field day with that, and his love affair with plans for a Bloomington mega mall, and his passion for a GM Saturn plant for Minnesota. And when the governor skipped his own Twin Cities election night victory party in 1986, well, Governor Perpich always has been full of surprises.
With the majority of both the House and the Senate.
But as Pat Kessler reports, even his staunchest supporters are now baffled by more recent events.
In the heart of the place Rudy Perpich calls home, there is trouble.
Perpich? You mean that clown?
How's he doing up here?
I don't know.
What do you think? If the election were held today, would you vote for him?
No, sir, no way.
Iron Rangers who survive on hope are running out of patience. How's he doing?
I don't know. Not too good. I don't care for him.
If the election were held today, would you vote for him?
I don't think so, not this time.
Even in his hometown, the governor has alienated his closest political allies.
There is a general consensus that Rudy Perpich has forgot that he comes from the Iron Range.
When you're not a loyal member of the family anymore, you're not us anymore, you're one of them.
His friends say the reason is unpredictability, the crumbling of the Endotronics promise, the snub of the World Trade Center, the controversial judicial appointments, the summer flirtation with a run at the White House, a circle of advisors that prominent Democrats say have a hard time telling the governor no.
That's not healthy. That's not good. As a matter of fact, you ought to have somebody around you all the time questioning what you do. You ought to have a devil's advocate at your side practically all the time in public life.
Perpich aides say it ain't so. They call the governor vigorous and sure.
The governor's got some interesting plans about which I won't say anything right now, but clearly he's got a direction for the state. You know, he values education and wants to create more jobs. That's going to be his legacy here.
If Perpich has a master plan, it is not well known. One Iron Range editor says people are confused but have not given up on their native son.
If he announces for governor again, I still honestly do believe that the loyalty factor would kick in. I don't think he would be abandoned.
Despite his problems, few will deny the governor's unique political skills, but his friends say he needs to use them now to mend his tattered image, and they suggest the best place to start is right here. Pat Kessler, WCCO Television News on the Iron Range.
Governor Perpich declined repeated requests for an interview with us. His aides say the governor is too busy.
The big question in the 1988 election is, will a woman run for president? Congresswoman Pat Schroeder is considered the most likely. And tonight in the Twin Cities, a rally and 22 parties are being held to raise money to encourage the Colorado representative to run.
Pat Schroeder for our president, the best for me and you. Thank you so much.
Schroeder chose to spend part of the day at McAllister College, even though Run, Pat, Run fundraisers were held across the country.
The welfare queens of the 80s are the military-industrial complex. The people making money in defense are not the ones in uniform. They're the ones who have been selling us a lot of weapons that don't work. And we've been buying those gold-plated weapons.
Schroeder graduated from the University of Minnesota, and that, coupled with the early Minnesota caucuses, persuaded her to spend this day here. Schroeder backers hope to raise $400,000 nationwide today. She will announce in 2 weeks whether she will run for president.
The friends and family of 6-year-old Nicole Mao marked a painful anniversary today. It was a month ago that she was kidnapped from her East Bethel home and then killed. Today, people turned out for a fundraiser in Champlain.
They've done a lot for me, and I just pray maybe I can be there for somebody that needs me as bad as I needed all the friendship that I've gotten.
The money raised goes to cover Nicole's funeral costs. The Maos say any extra will go to Child Find of America. That's a group that searches for lost children around the nation. Coming up next, Dr. Walton, a forecast of autumn leaves.
And Pope John Paul fulfilled a promise to the people of the Northwest Territories in Canada. Stay with us.
It's Snyder's $1 Million Sale. Get your coupon book. Over $119 in coupon savings. Get this beautifully illustrated calendar free with coupon. Save on Renew's Solid Air Freshener. Get 3 for $1.25 with coupon and mail-in rebate. The Del Sassoon Shampoo or Finishing Rinse. The 20% more bonus size. Just $2.17 with coupon. Save $1.60 on Scotchgard brand fabric protector. Now just $3.99 with coupon. Buy your $1 Million Sale coupon book now and save.
You're home. Guess what? I got the promotion and a new office. Tom and I celebrated last night. I got a raise, too. But that I celebrated during lunch. Every color.
Bandolino shoes, because it's a woman's world. This all-in-one wallet is free with every Bandolino purchase at Dayton's.
The word is spreading faster than a prairie fire. Cattle Company is serving their famous prime rib, slowly roasted and carved to order. Everyone's jumping at the chance to treat all their friends to a complete dinner. With a steaming baked potato and a fresh garden salad. But don't fight over the check because it's all for just $7.95. Only at Cattle Company. Oh yeah, you might want to think about reservations.
An 8-day week, Toyota Super end-of-the-year clearance. So big, your Toyota dealers had to make it an 8-day week. Starts Saturday, ends next Saturday. Your Toyota dealer must make room for the 88s, selling new 87s with special deals and savings. Factory-to-dealer incentives, free options. Your Toyota dealer will do whatever it takes to make your deal. Toyota's Super end-of-year clearance. So big, Toyota made it an 8-day week. Starts Saturday, ends next Saturday.
Pope John Paul made good on a promise that he made 3 years ago to the people of the Northwest Territories. The Pope said Mass today at a subarctic outpost. The Pope had planned to stop there in 1984 during his Canadian trip, but he canceled it because of heavy fog. At that time, he told the people he would return. About 4,000 Dene Indians attended today's Mass held in a 55-foot teepee. The Pope reaffirmed the Church's support for native rights and said that Canada's Indians should remain spiritually strong and clear-sighted.
Problems in the Persian Gulf today. Iranians and speedboats renewed their machine gun fire attacks. The Iranians hit several ships and smaller vessels, including a Saudi tanker. The attack on the tanker caused minor damage, but no injuries. Maritime sources say the assault may have been in retaliation for an Iraqi airstrike on an Iranian ship in the Central Gulf. Arab leaders have called for a summit in November to discuss their relations with Iran. Some Twin Cityans tonight urged all of us not to forget the 43 Minnesotans who were listed as prisoners of war or missing in action from the Vietnam War. They marched from the St. Paul Cathedral to the state capitol to hear words and music of encouragement. Tonight's program winds up a week of activities to focus attention on the POWs and MIAs from Vietnam. Well, I learned one thing today. Beware of weathercasters bearing gifts.
I don't know. Those who watched the show last week noted that we took a little time to figure out what do you do with nature's bounty, like the 48 million tons of zucchini people get every year at this time. Well, our viewers are not to be stopped. I would like to introduce you to Moby Zucchini. Kid you not, one of our viewers over at St. Paul, M. Schwartz, sent this in. That's a zucchini dressed up as... You know, if this continues, I think this trend's going to land up on David Letterman. What can I say? There it is, folks. You saw it here first and last. Meanwhile, back in the atmosphere, the last Sunday of summer turned out to be very soggy indeed. That low-pressure system, which just won't leave, hasn't left yet. Although it is dying down, precipitation is becoming less and less. The heavy rains are out on the East Coast, over an inch in the Boston area, 60-mile-an-hour winds down around Amarillo and Oklahoma City. And here we have, aside from a large display of ground clutter, a few lingering showers that are embedded in this. It stopped raining here about an hour ago. For the most part, the showers are over, but not quite. This low-pressure system is now moving northeast slowly. It is filling. High pressure is trying to push its way in, and it may just make it tomorrow. It is cool out west, at least at night. When the sun goes down, 36 at Dickinson, 30 at Custer, South Dakota, so typical chilly temperatures, although those who are hoping summer will hang on, it was 111 in Blythe today, 94 record high in Miami, but 60s and even a 59 in Mason City was pretty much the case under the cloud cover today. We did briefly, during a burst of sunshine, get up to 67 this afternoon, 50 was the low last night, 0.13 of an inch precipitation. Sunrise tomorrow just a minute before 7 as those days get shorter. By tomorrow, that low is almost gone. The high will just about have pushed in. We'll start to see some clearing, although there's still a chance of a few lingering sprinkles. Temperatures will rebound a little bit into the low 60s, we hope, and those 70s out west, well, they'll try and make their presence felt here a little later on. As far as the current conditions outside, it's partly cloudy or sprinkling, depending on where you are. 53 at the airport, 50 at the dew point. Humidity 90%. The winds are north at 7, and the barometer's on the rise at 30.03. Then tonight, variably cloudy, a few showery periods possible, the low about 48, north to northwest winds. Variably cloudy tomorrow, fair amount of sunshine at times, but also interrupted by a brief shower, 62 to 65 for highs. Partly cloudy and coolish tomorrow night, 46. Tuesday, mostly sunny, back up to 66 degrees. And on the week ahead, Wednesday, maybe have a few sprinkles up to 73, and that's the first 2 days of autumn in the 60s for highs and the 40s for lows.
But, Walt, you still haven't told me, what am I going to do with that 3-foot zucchini you deposited on my desk tonight?
This is up to your creativity. We'll find out next week.
Right. Okay.
Well, this is the day that the circus left town. The 69th annual Minneapolis Shrine Circus folded its collective tent and pulled out after a 5-day run at the Met Center. The circus says it's happy with the attendance in its first year in Bloomington. The circus brought together trapeze acts, 11 elephants, 14 tigers. Some of the performers were seen recently in a made-for-TV movie, Barnum. Well, we don't have to worry about a baseball player's strike, just getting the Twins to finish on first.
That's right. A lot of complicated theories I've heard this year. What will it take to win the Western Division? Very simple. Win. And the Twins did it again today. 3 in a row. We'll have the highlights and the rest of sports coming up next.
It's going on right now here at Towsley Subaru.
And here at Towsley Ford in White Bear Lake.
It's your last chance for 87s at sellout sell-a-thon prices.
We are going for the biggest sellout sell-a-thon in our history with the lowest interest in our history, 1.9%.
With up to $1,500 cash back.
With a few hail-damaged cars left at even greater savings.
Hurry while the selection is great.
Over 1,200 87s to choose from.
Extra hours.
Extra finance men.
The Towsley Subaru.
Towsley Ford sellout sell-a-thon now in White Bear Lake.
Can you imagine a world without bread, older than your time, as fresh as tomorrow? Wheat, golden wheat, for every season of your life.
Bread is high in vitamins, low in fat and calories. Help yourself to bodybuilding nutrients.
Make wheat a part of your life.
Bring nutrition to your table.
Serve Master bread.
Hi, we're Tim Russell.
And Chris Ford.
The world's oldest teenager, Dick Clark, will be our special guest.
11:15 tomorrow morning on WCCO Radio.
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm Bud. I'm Bill. And I'm Biff. Welcome to Goodyear's 89th anniversary sale. We are celebrating by giving away tires. Really? That's right. Just buy 3 Vector all-season radials or 3 Eagle GT Plus 4 high-performance all-season radials at the regular price, and you get one free. But which one's the free one? Left rear? Right rear? Left front? Right front. Right front. I told you so.
See your participating Minneapolis-St. Paul Goodyear retailer. Sale ends September 30th.
And makes a good point. Okay, let's move on to the other big story in town today. The Twins. They beat Cleveland 3-2 to sweep that 3-game series. Kirby Puckett provided a game-winning hit in the form of this 428-foot 2-run homer in the 6th. Kirby's 26th of the year. Twins won 9 of 12 against the Indians this season. Pitching, once again a plus for the Twins today. Les Straker tossed 6 innings to record hhis 8th win. Juan Beringer allowed just 1 hit in 2 innings of relief before Jeff Reardon closed it out in the 9th. The Twins win it 3-2. Stay tuned for more on Twins Extra coming up next on Channel 4 tonight. We'll take a look at the day in the life of Greg Gagne. American League scores then, right now. Here's the one we're all waiting for. Oakland over Kansas City. The A's swept the Royals this weekend. Oakland remains 3.5 back. Kansas City now 6 behind the Twins. Texas over California in 10. Chicago beat Seattle. Milwaukee, they down Detroit Toronto 6-2 over the Yankees. National League, St. Louis over Chicago. In 14, Pittsburgh beats the Mets. Philadelphia 4-1 over Montreal. In Cincinnati, they defeated San Francisco 10-6. All right, back to the Vikings now. What a show they put on in Los Angeles today, handing the Rams their 5th straight loss and a last-second touchdown. Vikings opened a 14-0 lead on a couple touchdown passes from Wade Wilson. This one covered 46 yards to Anthony Carter. AC caught 4 balls today for 117 yards. Vikings 14-0. The Rams roared back in the second half. In the fourth quarter now, Johnny Johnson barges in on Greg Coleman, blocking the punt. He then pulls the ball in and rambles into the end zone, a 20-yard return, and late in the game, the Rams had a 16-14 advantage. Vikes had one final chance, a series that included a pair of 4th down attempts, 4th and 16 with 1:23 to play here, and Wade goes to the air, hitting Hassan Jones to keep the drive alive. 37 seconds to go, and Wilson, he comes through with the play of the day. He sticks it in the pocket before airing it out to Hassan Jones, who trots into the end zone with a game winner. Great finish and a great performance by Wade Wilson. 17 of 38 passes, 285 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. A great moment, a great day for the Vikes, who beat the Rams 21-16. We'll have more in the game following Twins Extra on the Vikings tonight. In other games today, the Broncos and their fans received a wet welcome in Milwaukee. Denver had trouble with the weather. They coughed up the ball 6 times today, including this fumble in overtime. However, the opportunity was wasted when the Packers fumbled the ball back on the next play. The Broncos had a shot at victory after Green Bay missed a field goal. Rich Carlos did the same, and the 17-all score it held. Walter Payton set an NFL record with his 107th career rushing touchdown today. He threw in this one through the air just for fun, as the Bears beat Tampa Bay 20-3. NFL scores then today: the Raiders over Detroit, Atlanta edged Washington, Philadelphia over New Orleans, Miami defeated Indianapolis, Seattle 43-14 over Kansas City, Cleveland 34-10 over Pittsburgh. Cowboys pulled off a 16-14 upset over the Giants today. Danny White had a big game for Dallas. Giants are now 0-2. The little train that could, that describes Lionel James of San Diego. Spectacular describes this punt return. James covered 81 yards in the play. He scored another touchdown in a wild one in San Diego. The Chargers hung on to beat St. Louis 28-24. And it looks like the strike is imminent for the NFL.
Yes, it does. Well, let's hope it's not a long one. Very good. Thank you, Tom.
Coming up next, the ultimate test for parents, a new children's television program which interacts with the children and their toys. Stay with us.
What exactly is a medical specialist?
You can see on this scan of Jimmy's bone structure.
When do you need a medical specialist?
See that, Mary? Your baby's doing just fine.
Where do you find a medical specialist?
Thus far, the cancer is limited to the area around...
How do you know that you have the right medical specialist? For the answers, call Hennepin Faculty Associates at 347-4262. 240 medical specialists who teach, conduct research, and provide skilled specialist care.
100.
There are only 2 cars that you can buy and get $2,000 cash back.
500.
Only 2. The Cadillac DeVille and the Cadillac Brome. $2,000 cold, hard cash back. Olds doesn't have it. Buick doesn't have it. You can't get it on the Lincoln Town Car. Only 2 cars offer $2,000 cash back. And only one place, your local Twin Cities Cadillac dealer.
2,000.
Perhaps you can remember when Mickey Mouse ruled kids' television, backed by the likes of Ken, Barbie, and G.I. Joe.
Oh, remember those days well. Maybe they were the good old days. Maybe they weren't. But they're surely gone. Replaced by something called interactive TV. Now, it allows your child to not only talk back, but shoot back at the tube. Some believe the trend is too violent. Terry Sater reports.
Hold on. I'm gonna blow this baby.
Parents, hold on to your pocketbooks. Captain Power is about to blast you and your children into a new age of television. The bio-dreads are firing at your children on Sunday mornings, and it's going to cost you cold, hard cash if you want your children to be able to defend themselves with Captain Power toys.
All you gotta do is sit and just point it at the TV and shoot.
Here's the story. You see, it's the late 22nd century, and Earth is ruled by monstrous computer creatures which are trying to destroy humans.
Digitize them both, my sentry.
The good guy, Captain Power, is fighting back against Lord Dread. Your kids can help if you buy them toys like this, which send and respond to flashes of light fired by the TV characters. At Target, a basic Captain Power set is about $40 plus batteries, but it can cost you more than $180. A lot of kids are already hooked.
Well, you have something that, like, it's in your hand and you're controlling it.
But some parents think Captain Power is just another TV show which promotes violence.
I think there's enough of it. They really don't need any more.
As a parent, I'm pretty much in a responsible position to help Tim determine what's violent and what isn't. Besides, I might want to play it when he goes to bed.
Kids think Captain Power is cool, and just think what you parents have to look forward to on Christmas morning. Terry Sater, WCCO Television News, near Volcania.
Well, Captain Power is broadcast on Sunday mornings at 9:30 on Channel 9. You can also buy videotaped episodes if you want to for your child.
Yes, I guess I know what my nephews are going to ask for from Aunt Debbie this Christmas.
I think there's going to be a lot of those things sold, I imagine.
Tomorrow, variably cloudy and a high of 62 degrees. Good night, everyone.
At MedCenter's Health Plan, we cover you for